Let's look at an example using Lambda. We're going to have a basic scenario where a user could upload a picture to a storage location, in this case an S3 bucket. We'll learn more about that in the storage section coming up. We want to do some image recognition when the image lands in the bucket, so we invoke a Lambda function to use an image recognition service when this occurs. So in this example, a user uploads a picture to S3. S3 triggers Lambda, and Lambda uses another service to perform image recognition, then it stores the results in a text file back in the S3 bucket. We'll call this an event-driven architecture, where there are no active servers running. Let's look at how this is built. I'm going to walk you through an environment that is pre-built to show you how it all ties together. We're now looking at the Lambda dashboard in the AWS Management Console. From here we can create our Lambda function. We're going to author one from scratch and give this a name of Awesome Image Recognition. We'll then select our favorite runtime. I'm happy with Python 3.9 and the ARM architecture. I'll then change my default execution role. This will give my Lambda function permission to access the images in my S3 bucket and to perform image recognition on them. So I'll choose an existing set of permissions that I've already pre-configured. I'm now ready to create my Lambda function. Now that my function is created, you'll see that I can edit my function code. It has some example code for me to begin with. However, let's replace this by pasting in my own Python code. This code allows us to receive an image from an S3 trigger, perform image recognition, then store the results of it back in the original bucket as a text file. Once we've added our code, we can now save and deploy our function. I'll now navigate over to my S3 bucket. I'm going to edit its properties and add a trigger to invoke my Lambda function when I upload an image. So I'll scroll over to Event Notifications, click Create Notification, and give it a name. I'll specify a .jpeg only suffix so it only runs for JPEG files. I'll also make this only trigger on new upload events. And finally, I'll select my Lambda function, which we just created as the destination of this event. Now we'll click Save and test it out. I'm back at my bucket and I want to upload a photo I took, which is a delicious pan pizza I cooked the other day. It's called lunch.jpg. I'll now drag and drop lunch.jpg into my bucket and upload it. Now that it's there, you'll see it listed inside my bucket. In the meantime, this will trigger my event notification to invoke my Lambda function and perform image recognition. When I click refresh, you'll see that the Lambda function has dropped our results as a text file into the bucket too. Let's download it and see inside. And finally, I can see that it has confirmed with 99% confidence that my pizza is in fact a delicious pizza.